This is Duke University.
Is it quite right to treat the headscarf as simply acknowledging sexuality? If that were the case, then presumably men would be wearing it. And is it quite right that what it demarcates or makes public is the same thing we usually mean by sexuality? Furthermore, this way of putting the question blurs a social interpretation of the veil with a religious one. For many, the purpose of inculcating piety and modesty is not the social end of preserving order or making some point about male sexuality. It is directly commanded, it is an exercise of piety, and not a means to a political or secular end. Nevertheless, these objections aside, Scott shows persuasively that two orders of sexuality are here in confrontation, and that neither is purely a matter of personal expression or freedom. Both are linked in recognized and unrecognized ways to public order and the organization of visual space. Americans tend to react to the entire headscarf controversy with incomprehension because they assimilate the issue to norms of self-expression and identity. This entails a misrecognition both of the Islamists of several varieties and the secularists. Laïcité is as much about the specific meanings vested in the space of the school as it is about sexual orders in the abstract. This is a point slighted even by Scott's perceptive book. And on this subject, I have to say that the best book I found is one by John Bowen called Why the French Don't Like Headscarves, which I think is a really extraordinary analysis of the problem. The school is treated not as an empty space to be filled up with individual expressive statements, but a space that already has its own symbolic character, which is shaped by the revolutionary legacy and a whole century worth of struggles thereafter. It is a space of inculcation, not expression. But I think Scott is quite right to see also that this secular space is one filled up with specifically sexual meanings of visibility, though these latter are generally unrecognized. Now, in one way, Scott's analysis bears out an argument by Jacobson and Pellegrini when they write that we are not seeing a conflict between anti-secularists who have an ethics of sexuality and secularists who have only unregulated and unbridled desire without ethics. There is an ethics. But of course, it is difficult to see here how the solution can be an understanding of secular guarantees of religious freedom as requiring sexual freedom, since so much of the conflict is about the character of that allegedly empty space. Religious freedom, for these and many other reasons, may be exactly the wrong way to go. There may, in fact, be no good conflict-free resolution. But surely a beginning is to step outside the polarity of religion and secularism to recover both political religiosities and secular spiritualities. At least it will be very interesting to rethink the history of sexuality with these problems in mind. Thank you.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.